Welcome to Fortune Cookies Tarot. You didn't think I was going to leave this one alone, did you? Justin Timberlake arrested for DUI. Be right back. Welcome to Fortune Cookies Tarot. I'm Annabelle. I am a tarot practitioner for over 35 years. And in this video, we're going to talk about the recent arrest for DUI. Justin Timberlake, what were you thinking? He was over in the Hamptons, and there is video footage of it. So you can see him driving. It does look like the car's a little out of center, but it's not like he was speeding. He wasn't going bananas, but apparently, yeah, he was too imbibed to drive. So there was news from his lawyer yesterday that said he will be vigorously defended. I really don't think that the word vigorously is appropriate in this sense. It just sounds kind of yuck. But he was released without bond after being arraigned, and his court date is scheduled for July 26th. So let's take a look. Now, he was in the Hamptons, which is, holiday time where it's summertime. The Hamptons pop off in the summertime, especially for people of his means. His wife was filming, I believe, New York City, so she was not there. And I don't think that she went with him to the arraignment. I don't think she went to pick him up at the police station, but who could blame her? It's probably late at night. So let's take a look at the cards. We'll ask some questions about this. But as always, thank you so much for being here. Things coming up. I have a digital course that I'm going to be releasing in July, so you guys can look forward to that. I am continuing to have a 20% off sale on all of my readings for the whole summer. You can book down below at the link. I have lots of time that's open for you guys. Psychic News Report is on hiatus for the next 2 weeks through 4th of July, but we're going to be doing some production videos for you, and we're going to be doing some retooling. So keep an eye out for that. Go over there, subscribe. We are trying to get some more subscribership, and we are going to bring you the news with the psychic spin and the psychic scope. So also, I've been getting super thanks, and I am so super thankful for the super thanks. You guys are great. I can't believe it was a surprise to get them. So I really appreciate everybody that's sending them over. But let's bring up the card view and see what we see. So the reporting was that Justin told the police officer, who did not recognize him because he was too young. I feel better because at one point I was working at one of my insurance offices, and I told the young kids there, you could be cool like Fonzie. And the owner of the agency said, Anna, they're not old enough to know who Fonzie is. And I was like, but Fonzie was the coolest. They don't know who Fonzie is. And they all kind of shook their head at me. It was a mortifying moment. But so the arresting officer did not know who Justin Timberlake was. So not a fan, I guess. But the reporting from the facility that he was in prior to that was that he was taking people's drinks. In fact, there was one person who said, Justin, that's my drink. And he kind of shrugged it off. So let's start there. Let's start back at the bar. Was that true? Was he taking people's drinks? Want to remind everybody, the devil card in the upright, we're going to see a little too much tippling, and the 3 of cups, either upright or in reverse. In reverse, it's too much drinking. In the upright, it's celebrating and drinking, but we might have some clarifying cards around it. So if we see that, guys, keep an eye out for it. See, that's the kind of stuff you're going to learn in my class. So let's go, Tarot fam. Let's see what's going on. And hit the like button while we're waiting for this. 5 of Swords in reverse, not really cooperating with everyone. The King of Swords in reverse, not really using his highest mind. The Ace of Pentacles. I thought he had better foundation than he actually does. That's Lemmy from Motorhead. The 7 of Wands, Alice Cooper. That's our balance card, remember? we're kind of balancing between two worlds, maybe walking that line. Maybe we'll have Johnny Cash show up. And then we've got David Gilmour, David Gilmour, the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands moves sometimes without thinking, has a great idea, is still having a great time, still really excited. I think we have a situation here where we were not really focused on how much we had to drink. Maybe we lost count here with this Five of Swords and the King of Swords. We kind of lost count there. And just being caught up in all the fun of it, we got ourselves into some trouble. Let's get the dominant energy card here. That is Keith Moon. Keith Moon was the dominant card. Now, I don't think that he was in the condition that Keith Moon was in last, but, and I'm sorry that I'm laughing, but Keith Moon gives us a real clear picture. And then we have Kirk Hammett. Kirk Hammett, the Knight of Swords in reverse. Again, thinking too quickly, not really processing that information. So I do think that, you know, he lost track. He lost track of how much fun he was having and how little he was balanced on that pentacle. So how is this going to affect him moving forward? And we're dropping a card. Sloppy shuffle. You guys know I love that sloppy shuffle. I'll even give you a little sloppy shuffle. You ready? So that was made by my good friend Alicia Wicker. If you're not subscribed to her, go on over and subscribe to her. She is fantastic. Love that gal. So here we go. How is this going to affect him? How is this DUI going to affect him, even though his lawyer is saying that he is going to be defended vigorously? The Devil card. What did I say at the beginning of this? The Devil card's going to show us that we've got some issues. We've got some connectivity with some substances. So, and then we have the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands were in conflict, somewhat in denial when we get that in reverse. And this is Rick Nielsen from Cheap Trick, just so you guys can really enjoy this deck. We have the Queen of Wands, Tina Turner. I think they are going to want him to go into a program as part of the punishment for this, but I think he's going to fight it. He did say at the scene, this is going to ruin the tour. I think he's on a world tour right now. Sorry, Justin. And then we've got Phil Lynott of Thin Lizzy, another one, right? And that is the Seven of Cups. The bullshit is going to come out, and I did say bullshit. Seven of Cups, when it's in the upright, it's a lot of choices, being dazzled by choices, having many choices, having lots of things being brought to you that are good, and having trouble choosing. When it's in reverse, it's kind of throwing smokescreen out there and trying to not have to live up to that. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles. Time to get to work, and that's represented by Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan. We've got to get to work on this. So I do think he is going to go to some kind of treatment center and address some maybe issues that are not as severe as, say, the Phil Lynott or the Phil Lynott issue. He was one of the rock stars that we lost to substance abuse. Break my heart. But I do think that there's some tuning up that needs to be addressed. Dominant energy here is the Seven of Pentacles. So he's going to have to do some review of his life. And that is Bruce Springsteen there, the boss, just so you guys can see, fellow New Jerseyan. So I think he's going to have to do a little self-exploration while his lawyer is defending him vigorously. This is getting naughty. Under the surface, I think he is going to fight them on this. We have the Three of Swords, Cream. The party is over. The Three of Swords party is over. We're coming to a conclusion on this. So that is how this is going to affect him. How is he if he goes through treatment? How is he going to come through it? If he goes through treatment, how is he going to come through it? How is he going to come through it? I mean, it certainly ruined the summer. if not the tour. We have the 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords. It's going to be a life changer if he goes to treatment. And then we have the 3 of Cups, which makes me a little bit nervous because life changing. And then we go right back to, oh man, the 6 of Cups, right back to where we started from. So Spinal Tap, Scott Ian from Anthrax. So right back to where we started from. So it's, this is going to be Eric Clapton, the 8 of Cups, which is the departure card, but it's in reverse. So we're just going to go back to where we are. So I think it'll be a temporary cessation of whatever ails him, whatever kind of situation he is clinging to. We have that Emperor in reverse. This is something that he does not have a lot of control over. So he's going, I think this is going to be an issue that we'll see later on. We have the 10 of Pentacles, Dimebag Daryl up there, and another rock star that we lost. That 10 of Pentacles is telling us that this is the way, not to be like the Mandalorian, but this is the way. He does need to address things, but I think this is always going to be an element of his life. It's a piece of furniture in his life. I think there's always going to be this spirit of imbibing and kind of going with the flow, maybe having a cyclical issues with substances. And under the surface, we have the 8 of Wands with Joe Elliott, which is speed. This is going to slow that cyclical process of ebb and flow of substance use. So perhaps he dials it up every summer, perhaps he dials it up every holiday time, but we're going to see this cycle with him over and over again. So honestly, best thing he can do. What should he do? Let's get some advice for him. This is some advice for him. Some advice for him so that he can live his best life. Best advice is to follow justice. That's Pat Benatar there. And we have the 4 of Swords. Time to take a rest. Go. This is rest and recovery, the 4 of Swords. That is a going into some kind of treatment program. And then we have the 4 of Wands so that you can care for your home and take care of it. We've got the Beatles there, obviously the Beatles. And the King of Swords in reverse. We're going to have to change our thinking. We're going to have to dump out our cups and change our way of thinking. Otherwise, we destroy ourselves with the Tower. And this is Who's Next. We all know that album cover. Well, people of an age know that album cover. So, if we maintain this thinking, if we don't focus on rest, recovery, and our family and our home life, we wind up with this. So it is advice and a warning. And then up top, we have the Magician in reverse. So the Magician, and that's Jimi Hendrix, the Magician, when he is in reverse, is someone who can use his talents and privilege and money and gifts to kind of hoodwink everyone. So he may try and hoodwink people through this. Unfortunately, the only one he's going to hurt is himself. So that is a warning again, not to use your privilege, not to use the things that you have to kind of cut corners on your treatment program. And under the surface, we have Jimmy Page. I love this deck. I'm sorry, guys. Jimmy Page, huge fan. Always thought he was cute. He's the Page of Swords in reverse. We need to change our thinking again. This is not with the rash thinking. Slow down that thinking. Mature in your thinking. Start to grow up and become more of a holistic thinker. This isn't to say that he's been, absent for his family, but the focus of the thinking needs to change. Like perhaps when he starts to go on a tour, he starts to think more single-mindedly. We don't know. Often I talked about actors the other day, and actors typically kind of have this life cycle of movie production in terms of marriages and relationships. Perhaps musicians have the same thing. That was something that a psychotherapist had pointed out to me a long, long time ago. So, hopefully he's going to get his act together. It really looks like everything is pushing toward treatment at some point so that he can get that act together. I do hope that he'll do that. I think his wife is adorable. I think Jessica Biel is absolutely adorable. And I'm sure she doesn't want to be dealing with this and have this muck up her summer. So, Justin, best of luck to you. Do the right thing, go into treatment, take the time and just kind of sort yourself out, dry yourself out, do whatever you got to do. It's good for your family. Again, thank you so much for being here. Digital course in July, it's coming up. I'm going to have it up for you guys. I'll make a big announcement when it's ready to go. There's a 20% off sale for the entire summer. Get in there, go take advantage of the sale, have a reading with me. We could talk about how you can set things up for the fall or how you can set things up for the summer. So super fun stuff. Subscribe to Psychic News Report. We've got some cool stuff going on. We've got some new videos in there this week. And thank you so much for being here and subscribing and being part of this community. It's my favorite part of the day. You guys are great. I'll see you all soon. Bye now.